Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to some really exciting news. The Undertaker is coming back in 2018. Sort of. He's coming back for the 25th anniversary of Monday Night Raw, and I am so excited for this. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I am really tempted to come over to America for this show because they are going to do it at the Manhattan Center, which is right by Madison Square Garden. But what makes that so special is that is where they used to hold all of the early Monday Night Raws, and it's really weird. It's really weird because I don't know what floor it's on, but it's not the ground floor. It's like the first or second floor, and it's like this theatre. And so there's loads of stories about them trying to get like bits of ring into like this really small lift and trying to get it upstairs and then like building it upstairs and everything. The early Raws are insane. It looks like nothing you've ever seen before. It's like this weird theatre, but it's so cool. And on January the 22nd, WWE are going to have Monday Night Raw at the Barclays Center, but they're also going to show matches from the Manhattan Center as well. So people can get tickets for the Barclays Center and tickets for the Manhattan Center and see action at both. SmackDown Live and Raw superstars will be at both. They've said that Kevin Nash, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, they're all going to be there. Potentially not wrestling, I should imagine, almost certainly not wrestling. But they'll be there, they'll be doing meet and greets, and they'll make appearances. And, you know, all of this will be shown on TV. But honestly, I think if I was given the option of going and watching Raw at the Manhattan Center or going to WrestleMania, I would choose Raw. I would choose Raw at the Manhattan Center because that is the Raw that I remember as a kid. One of my favourite videos that I used to watch was 1993, a year in review. And it was literally all the big incidents and the big moments from 1993. And 1993 is the year that Raw started. Amazingly, it started on January the 11th, yet they're celebrating the 25th anniversary on January the 22nd, which makes no sense to me whatsoever, but hey, you know, Vince knows best. Vince knows best. In order to do this video, I wanted to re-watch that first Monday Night Raw, and that is exactly what I've just done. And so I can tell you the very first thing you see on Monday Night Raw, you ready? Is this. It is a dark, misty night in New York City. You can see the Empire State Building in the background. And then we move over and we've got Sean Mooney and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Bobby the Brain Heenan spends the whole episode trying to get inside because he's been replaced as a commentator. And the commentators are Vince McMahon, Rob Bartlett, and Macho Man Randy Savage. There is, like, the commentary table is, like, this normal table with this massive, like, TV monitor on top of it. Like, there is no action happening on a commentary table. No one is being put through that. Yeah, it's just, everything is weird. There's no Titantron. There's nothing like that. There is entrance music. And do you know who the first superstar was to ever come out on Monday Night Raw and wrestle? I'll give you a moment. How about if I do this? It is Koko Beware. Koko Beware is the first superstar to come out and wrestle on Monday Night Raw. And he comes out without Frankie, without the parrot. Maybe they thought, like, it would fly off or do something because it was, like, live. It was Raw. His first match is against Yokozuna. In fact, I have all of the notes that I took down here. And we've got Bobby the Brain Heenan after that. I mean, Yokozuna wins, right? No-brainer. Bobby the Brain Heenan afterwards keeps talking about the Narcissus. The narcissist. Obviously, he's talking about Lex Luger, because we're only a few weeks away from Royal Rumble 1993, and he's talking about how Mr. Perfect is nothing compared to the narcissist, and that he's going to unveil the narcissist at the Royal Rumble. We then get the Steiner brothers versus the Executioners, and Doink is in the crowd causing mischief. There's a Razor Ramon interview. We get an Intercontinental title match that isn't the headline match. It is Max Moon versus Shawn Michaels. And actually at the start, it's quite competitive. And then as it goes on, Shawn just, takes control and ends up winning the match. And then there's a little ad for WWF Mania, which is quite funny. There's a whole segment about who's going to be in the Royal Rumble. There's a little clip about Kamala turning on his handler and then kind of siding with Reverend Slick. It's really interesting. And then the main event is Damien Demento versus The Undertaker. The Undertaker was the main event of the first ever Monday Night Raw. It is so... I can't even begin to tell you. It's so cool. So cool that they're going back there in January. And how amazing that The Undertaker will be there. It would be great if they brought Damien Demento out as well. And then they could have another match. A rematch. 25 years in the making. Undertaker versus Damien Demento. I can tell you that first match 25 years ago lasted, I don't even think, 3 minutes. The Undertaker got the victory. Paul Bearer at ringside and the urn and all of that stuff. It was really cool. But what was amazing about that early Raw was the fact that they didn't, Bret Hart wasn't there. Bret Hart was the champion at the time. He wasn't there. There was no Hulk Hogan. There was no... It's not like they brought out loads and loads of big names and big stars. It was only 45 minutes long as well, because obviously there was adverts. So I think the whole thing was probably on air for about an hour with adverts, whatever. So yeah, it's just this completely different show, but it was still, I really enjoyed watching it. And as I said, all of those early Raws were held at the Manhattan Center at the same venue in New York. It really is a very important place in the history of wrestling. And so the fact they're going back there in January is just absolutely incredible. You will see The Undertaker on Raw in January, back at the Manhattan Center. And personally, I can't wait. Personally, I might be there. I really am tempted. I really am tempted. So, awesome, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Are you excited for this? In the comments below. If you like the video, if you like the news, please give the video a like. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully, see you again next time. Bye for now. Oh, sorry. That has actually marked the ceiling. I'm keeping it raw.